Hey guys, Poplar Mechanic here. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy, and I just wanted to thank all my new subscribers. I think I'm at about 1,300 now, so I just want to say I really appreciate the support, guys. It's been, I just started this for fun, and I mean, I still do it for fun, but it's really nice to just chat back and forth with some of you guys and get your opinions, and I've learned a lot from you guys as well, so keep that in mind. I got some other interesting videos coming up. I got that ported 372. I really want to do a video with that, but I'm waiting on a bar for it right now, and I just kind of want to get it right set up the way that I want it before I start cutting. And I got some wood in the yard here, but it's not great for cutting. It's just filled with knots and everything like that. So I just want to give it an honest shot. I did take it to some jobs and fall some trees with it. It's a really nice saw, but we'll get into that later. Today we're going to be talking about the ARB Pro EVO 2s. I did my first video, the unboxing. It was actually 2 years ago, and I still have those same boots, and I purchased some new ones, I don't know, last year, and I never got around to using them, but I just wanted to do this video and share with you guys what I've learned about the boots and how durable they are and things like that. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so here they are, the ARB Pro EVO 2s. I've just taken them out of the box. Really nice looking boot. They just look a lot better than my old ones, you can see over there. I'll do a side-by-side comparison. So anyways guys, I'm not going to get into all the heavy specs about the boots. They got the Vibram soles, they're waterproof, things like that, and the waterproof is really good in these. Mine just started losing their waterproof probably around a year and a half. Actually, I'd say even more than that, probably almost the 2-year mark. Like, I just started getting a hole in them and they were letting water in, but I mean the waterproofing is really good on these even when they wear out, so that's something to keep in mind as well. These boots grip extremely well. As they wear out, not so much. I've been wearing my old ones obviously 2 years now, and I still do spurless climbs and things with them. It's definitely time to change boots though. But anyways, you've got this nice side grip which aids in gripping branches in all kinds of spurless situations. These have a decently sized heel. It's not the biggest, but you can see here they work great with spurs. I like them with spurs. I know some other guys have some different opinions about that, but in my opinion they're just fine for everyday use with removals and trimming. And also you're gonna have these special straps here. Now there are other options with different boots. You can get straps that you just hook to your boot and you wear all the time. It just goes underneath for your rope walking setup. Personally, I like this. It's just really convenient to set up. It's always there when you need it. In addition to that, if you're doing, you're out in a tricky situation, you could just use a webbing sling on a branch and then hook a carabiner in here, and you can use it like a step. So that's just another kind of feature about these boots. These are pretty much my favorite boots now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I got no desire to use anything else for everyday residential tree removal, trimming. They're just great boots to have. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is I'll do a side-by-side comparison of the new boots and the 2-year-old boots, and then I'll jump in the saddle and we'll do I'll show you how this works, and I'll give you some other tips about this. Okay guys, so here we have the side-by-side comparison of the boots. I just wanted to talk about some of the first components you'll start to notice to go on these boots. So the laces, although they look good and things like that, and I will run these until they wear out, the laces wear out quite quickly. You can see I've switched to this, I'm not sure what they're called, but they're that super strong. I got them at Mark's Work Warehouse. There's like a video where guys pull a truck with them. Anyways, they are great laces. I wouldn't necessarily change your laces right away, but they are a great option if it's time to change them. These have lasted the duration and will probably continue to last. So you're gonna see wear on these laces almost right away. When you're going through ash trees and they're snagging and catching on things, they're gonna start to fray and tear. So that's one of the first things I noticed to go on these boots was the laces. Moving on to the bottom of the boot here, you can see Here, I'll just reframe you guys here a sec. Okay, you can see where you're going to start to get more wear points. These are both the right boots, so this starts to wear first. You can see I've almost wore the sole right off here in this section. This stuff on the bottom, you know, if you're doing a lot of groundwork and stuff like that, this is going to wear out quickly. Concrete and stuff like that can wear them out quickly. You just got to be kind of smart about it. You know, like I'm usually either in the bucket or climbing. I do quite a bit of groundwork too, but you know, it's not as much. Like if you're doing groundwork every day and just starting to learn, these boots probably aren't for you. You can still see I've still got a bit of heel there, not nearly as much as the new ones, obviously. But like I said, I still spur climb with these. So the bottoms are going to wear out fairly quickly, especially on this edge here, close to the tip where you're going to be getting into branches and things like that. I just wanted to point out the wear. I do have a little crack / hole there, you know, just everyday use, wear and tear. You know, and they will stretch out a little bit. You can see these ones are just flared right out from use. The insides surprisingly look pretty new. You can see there's I don't know if you can see that or not, there's a little brown in there. That's where a little bit of, I don't know, just either sweat or a little bit of moisture is starting to get in now. But other than that, they look really good on the inside. Everything's been staying intact here. As far as grip on the side goes, if we look at the new ones, you can see that there's been some wear there at some of those points that you know, you're going to be using more often when you're climbing trees, obviously, to the inside of your feet. So they do wear quickly, probably quicker than some other boots on the market, but in my eyes, the benefits are better. You know, if you're having a more comfortable climb, it's just worth it in my opinion. I don't know. I've used some other boots. I've tried, you know, all kinds of other boots. I'm happy with these. So that pretty much covers the wear for this section. Now I'm going to grab my other boot here, which would be the left boot. And you can see that this strap here is finally let go. One of them broke, and then I decided to just rock it until it snapped, and that's what happened. Now I was using a DMM micro carabiner, which was probably error on my end. It's just small, compact, and strong, so I wanted to use it. I'm thinking the bend radius, sort of like it's a small carabiner, so all that weight just eventually tore this out. So this time I'm going to be using a little bit fatter carabiner, still a small one, but one that's not as thin. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You can break these, especially depending on your weight. But I mean, it took forever to do. This is long overdue. Okay guys, so I don't want to ramble on. You can see the wear. I mean, they wear out. That's what happens. This is 2 years of use, okay? So I mean, the average person's probably going to get a year and a half out of these boots, depending on what kind of work you're doing. So that's just something to keep in mind right there. All right guys, now we're going to set up the I'll set up my rope here in my saddle, and I'll show you how this little loop works. Okay guys, so I've got my rope set up here. I've got the boots on. I just wanted to quickly show you some of the components I'll be using here. I have my foot ascender on already. I use a neck tether. I know some guys frown upon those, but I really don't like climbing with stuff on my chest. So that's what I use. And the benefit, usually I climb on the akimbo, so that actually snaps away. So if it were to get snagged on your device, which is pretty important, then I usually take this off once I get to where I need to be in the tree. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I use a neck tether. It's stretchy. I also use the Haas V-Locks. Now this is the strap edition, and to be honest with you guys, I'm actually kind of glad I got it. And the reason for that is when my boots finally did let go, I was still able to use the foot loop. I just have it secured. Now you could use zip ties, but I just found these Velcro ones just have kind of less spiky points, so there's just a little bit less of a chance that you'll get a rope against it. I mean, not that a zip tie is going to hurt it, but why have sharp stuff there if you don't need it? So I've got the Haas V-Locks, the CT foot ascenders on, and I got the neck tether. So now I'll set it up on the rope, guys, and I'll show you how these boots work. Okay, so I've backed you guys up a bit for the purpose of seeing this. I've clipped my knee ascender right to the boot, right to the straps on the boot. I'm using a little wider carabiner right now. I'm using a revolver. So basically what I'll do now is set everything up and get ready to climb. I usually take one step up in the foot ascender, just like that. That'll get you up. I'm using the rope runner here. Okay, so now that my boot's all clipped in, okay, I'll lock the knee ascender onto the rope. And then you're ready to climb the tree. Just like that. I hope I'm still in frame here. The other benefit to these boots, super easy to unclip. Once you get to where you want to be, you can just unclip that. Okay. So now it's unclipped from my boot and I'm basically ready to go to work right here. And then you can just store your knee ascender right on your saddle like that, or you can throw it down to the ground, guys. Okay guys, so another demonstration here. I'll just move up a little bit. Say you're working the tree and you've worked a section of it. You know, I usually keep my foot ascender on for the most part, so it's ready to go. And you want to move up now and work another section of that tree. Well, you've got your knee ascender here. You're just going to simply clip it on. It's so easy, guys. Like, look at that. Okay? You just clip it on. It takes 2 seconds. And then you're going to put this on your rope. Just going to turn you guys up a little bit here so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so I've worked this section of the tree. I quickly clipped on my hoss to get up to something that's way higher in the canopy. I usually take my foot ascender off first. And then you can store your thing, and when you're ready to do your work, you come down. Alright guys, well I hope that's helped you make a decision whether you want to purchase these boots or not. They may not be for everybody. If I had to rate these boots out of 5, I'd probably give them a 4. There's always room for improvement. The durability's excuse me, the durability is definitely a factor. You know, lots of guys, if you're hard on boots, they may not be for you, but I mean, if you're spending a lot of time in the canopy, they shouldn't wear out that quickly if you're using them properly. One thing I did forget to mention is guys were complaining about the heels wearing out on these boots. If you use a shoehorn, that won't happen. If you get one of them nice long ones, it's great. It'll make the heels in your boots last forever. I mean, that's just common sense though, really. If you keep trying to ram your feet into the boots, they're eventually going to wear the heel out. So that's a good way to prevent that. So yeah, overall I'd give them 4 out of 5. Durability probably being one of the worst things about them. But I mean, there's sacrifices you have to make. You're not going to have super grip with super durability. It just doesn't work that way. You need something supple that can grip, you know, certain parts of the tree like that. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. I will put the tree stuff link so you can read all the fancy specs about the boots, the sizing and things like that. And like, I'm not getting anything from this, guys. I honestly, truly believe these are the boots, you know, for everyday tree work. I love them. Personally, I think they're awesome. They're light, they're comfortable, they're waterproof. They're easy to hook up your gear to climb on. I mean, I don't see what more you could want other than a little bit more durability, but you know, there's sacrifices that have to be made. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.